I was about 22 when I took a dog-sitting job for a couple who lived just outside of Portland. They were going away for a week and needed someone to watch their two border collies, Daisy and Scout. It seemed like an easy gig, a quiet neighborhood, a well-kept house, and two friendly dogs who just needed to be fed and walked. I moved in for the week, brought my laptop, and figured I'd get some studying done while they were gone. The first few nights were perfectly normal. The house had this cozy, wooded feel, surrounded by trees that made everything a bit darker at night than I was used to. On the fourth night, I was watching TV when Daisy suddenly got up from her spot and started staring toward the front door. Not barking, just staring, ears up, completely still. Scout joined her, tail stiff. I muted the TV and listened. I thought maybe I heard footsteps outside on the porch, slow ones. Then nothing. I looked through the peephole but saw only darkness. About an hour later, I was in bed scrolling through my phone when the motion light in the backyard came on. The dogs jumped up again, barking like crazy. I peeked through the blinds, and there was a man standing at the edge of the yard, barely visible, just watching the house. He wasn't moving closer, just standing there in the glow of the motion light. My stomach dropped. I turned off the light in my room and stood there watching until the light clicked off again, and he was gone. I called the police. They came by, looked around, but didn't find anyone. They said it was probably a random person cutting through the yard, though they admitted it was odd he just stood there. I barely slept that night. The next day, I kept the blinds closed and the doors locked. By evening, I started to feel a little foolish, maybe I'd overreacted. But around 11 p.m., I heard something that made every hair on my body stand up. The doorknob to the back door rattled. Not like wind or a loose hinge, someone was trying to open it. Both dogs went berserk, snarling and barking at the door. I shouted that I was calling the cops again, and the noise stopped. The police came quickly this time and found clear shoe prints in the mud just outside the door. When the homeowners returned, they were horrified, and they told me something I hadn't known. A man who used to live 2 houses down had been arrested months earlier for breaking into homes in the neighborhood, sometimes while people were asleep. He'd been released not long before my stay. The shoe prints the police found matched his size and type exactly, though they couldn't prove it was him. After that, I stopped dog sitting for a long time. I still remember Daisy and Scout pressed against me that last night, trembling but alert, their eyes fixed on the door as if they knew exactly what was waiting outside. And I'll never forget that feeling, knowing that if I hadn't locked every door, I might have woken up to someone standing in the hallway instead of the yard.